Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. Tonight in the fire, I want to look at some more of what is going on concerning people's rights, the rights of human beings. And on the agenda now, everywhere is the right of homosexuals to be married and to be accepted fully into the human fraternity as a fully fledged member of the human race, as it was. Like they say, it is just a form of expressing one love for one another. So everyone is, even the churches got the knickers in a twist about this one, you know what I mean? Whether such things, a practice that they themselves has fight against for years and has condemned as unnatural. But it look like now they're in a predicament because they're saying, well, these people should be allowed to be the popes and, you know what I mean, to be incorporated fully into the social structure as it was of life. But tonight I'm not here to debate the rights of homosexuals. I am here first to debate the rights of women within society, if you know what I mean. And the reason why I think I'm always such a strong advocate of the rights of women. Well, every man is closely associated with a woman, you know what I mean? Whether it's your mama, you know what I mean? But I so happen to be that I naturally always say to myself that my mom and dad is my grandmother, wrapped into one. So I was brought up by my gran. You know what I mean? So I'm very close to the female as it was. And as a fighter for what is right and correct and truthful and honest, I have, as far as I'm concerned, the only problem on the planet come directly back to men neglecting the rights of women. And men, as I would say, literally bullying women and creating a system on earth that is divide of the female principle. Now, there ain't no way at all now society can operate like that. Because if that happens, which it has, and has happened for centuries, it creates an imbalance in life. Because male and female, like I tell you, are supposed to balance. But here now we have, like I say, an awful imbalance where I myself find that us men dominate life in such a way that whether we want to look at it business-wise, spiritual, why I would call it spiritual, religion. That cannot mean spirituality, but religious wise, you know, we find that everything is dominated by men. And because it is dominated by man now, man even perpetrate the idea that God himself is male. You see what I mean? So if the first is male, that means then that the male principle is the leading principle within the universe and must dominate. This is according to those who are I call loopy. According to them now, this is the male principle that dominate things. So hence the fact now that I'm saying if you should look at any religion outwardly, most of them, if there's any exception, we'll forget about that one. But I would say most of the one that I know are dominated by males, you know what I mean? If it's a prophet, it's a male and so forth. Very rarely you might have a female saint like Mother Teresa, they make one up or something like that. But they are never in the leading position or seen as, you know, what I call equal or side by side. Hence the fact that if that idiotic institution that they call the Roman Catholic Church, that select Pope, was to run from now until the end of eternity, God would always select a man to be Pope. And God would have no choice, or if it's not God doing it, the Holy Spirit, because there is no women to select from. Because in that club, you know, in the hierarchy, they don't mind if you go downstairs, you know, if you are in what they call the congregation. Oh yeah, they will welcome women then, because in that position you are in a position of servitude rather than one of equality. So they will let you in the church, but they will not let you into their red coats and red hats, I say. Let you wear one of them. You know what I mean? Whether it is in, like I say, it is in Islam, Roman Catholicism, Protestantism, these things are male-dominated clubs. And there might be male-dominated club at the top, like I'm telling you, but congregation-wise now, they are female-dominated. You know, in the flock. But they don't see. That's why I say, if I was a woman, ain't no way I would ever join any one of these male chauvinistic pigs organization, or believe in any God who behave in such manner either. Well, you would have to believe in such a God. You couldn't know. No wonder these men who do these things believe in God. Because it is the very God that they believe in who give them this idiotic way of behaving. Because the God that they believe in is not real. You see what I mean? So that God must give them, well, I say the God is not real. The imaginary God given to them unreal what I call wisdom. I wouldn't be wisdom in it. An unreal way of behaving then. An imbalanced way. A way that, like I say, totally forget. It's as if they think it's only day that exists. Night exists as well. You want to just claim that it is only the right and not the left. You have left and right in it. The left is the female and the male is the right. That's how life works. And if you rather than I say, you see what I mean, looking for the equality of homosexuals, it would be better if you look for the equality of women in it. The equality of the female. And I'm telling human beings as well, all the problem that you have, all the wars, it is because of this imbalance of not understanding the female principle, and because of the lack of understanding of the female principle now, it is the female principle has been brutalized, I say, and trampled underground by those who are ignorant. Those who are overbalanced in their mentality, in their, what I call their maleness. And they become imbalanced in their maleness because they are afraid of the female principle. The very principle that is running in themselves. Like I keep telling these idiotic men. We have the feminine principle in us. You see what I mean? When we balance this with our male principle, that's what makes us whole and full. So if you are anti-feminine, you are against a part of your very being. You cannot understand yourself when you are afraid or you are fighting against a part of your own self. or when you think that you are superior to a part of your own self. That's total ignorance. You don't understand. So all these, like I'm telling you, who set up religion, they are the worst set of beings. I don't know how anyone can think there's any ounce of spirituality in idiots, who set organized religion up and exclude the feminine principle. If it was God that do that, we have every right as sensible being to say that God is a goddamn fool. But it wasn't God that do these things, because God don't set nothing up. It was set up by ignorant beings. You know what I mean? Beings who have no understanding of who they are. Because when you understand who you are, you cannot then put yourself on a level above the feminine principle. You know what I mean? This is not above... I don't know how we manage to... When you hear some debates, it's a matter of... whether it's the male is the superior, the female is the superior. It would be like asking, I wonder which hand is better, my left hand or my right hand, which foot, which one of my eyes. Is it the left eye that's better or the right eye? You know what I mean? That's what you are doing. Because none is better than none. You're just supposed to be on a level, you know. We call that one equality. Balance. When you're balanced, there is no superiority in the male principle, and there's none in the female either. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, the woman is in the man and the man is in the woman. You must find this balance within yourself. Ignore the fact whether you're a male or female, innit? The test is the same. You know what I mean? But because I say now life become imbalanced and you've managed to convince people that they are just a man and a woman, you see what I mean? Just like what I call convince them that they're just all they contain. If it was a man, say, listen, all you are is a man. All you have in you is the male principle. And do the same thing to the woman. Tell her that all she's got is the female principle. Just the emotional part. All she's got is emotion then. Because that's what the feminine part, I say, govern the emotional, while the male principle is governing the unemotional, you know. Hard and soft together. You know? So instead of us balancing ourselves in this hard and soft position, we've become as male just hard. You know, like some crazy thing. And the woman now as emotion has become just soft. I have to laugh at these things. Sound funny, but it's exactly how it goes. You see what I mean? When really we are supposed to have both of the principle in us, hard and soft. Balance them. You know what I mean? That's how we come to develop ourselves. But anyway, even on a physical level, if you just think about it logically, why would you want to come from your mom, which is a woman, and then think that you are superior to your mother? What is the point of being superior anyway? You know, I don't understand how the male operate in that way, where you are the female is your mother, your grandmother, your daughter, your granddaughter, your nieces, and you want to be superior to them. Why though? Why don't you just want to live with them as an equal and be happy with them? And they live with you as an equal. You know what I mean? Where do you want to get into the position now where the desire is to be superior to the feminine principle, and to live and to create a life where one dominate the female? simply because we are the males. So now we live a life where as men we dominate the female, which is like I'm telling you what is going on earth, where the feminine principle is excluded from out of what I call general life, whether it's religious or whatever. You know, it's always the man. When God send any prophets or whatever, it's a man. Don't send any woman. So in that way as well, God is behaving exactly like how man behave here. You know what I mean? Which that God that tell them to do these things, he must be like them as well and decide that, listen, men are superior to women. So therefore, it is men who must tell women what to do. So, and following that logic now, that God now couldn't have instilled any intelligence in woman. Because if he did, then surely the woman herself could understand what to do. But she cannot understand what to do because she's been led by men and been told by men, you know, what to do and what. So that means this God could not have given the woman any intelligence. But that is what they have convinced the woman of. Because it's a lie, isn't it? Everyone have got the intelligence. Male and female, like I'm telling you. But what they've done, like I say, they've convinced you men that you are just a man, nothing else. You're just a male principle. And that the woman is just the feminine side. But I'm telling you, it doesn't go like that at all. You must realize when you're born, right? If you never realize. We have what we call parents. We have a mother and we have a father. So we incorporate in our beings those two principles, male and female. So I have a male side to me, which I get from my father, yeah? And I also have my mother's side. So within me is the male and female principle, which if I am to understand myself, I must balance these two forces to be a full person. But how can you be balanced when somebody teach you that you are just a man and teach the woman that she is just a woman? You see what I mean? So then the man is going to be hard because the male principle is representing the solid, the hardness then. And the female is representing the softness. So if the man just thinks he's a man, of course he's going to go and like some big hard bad man, what I call it, you know, just and if the woman just think that she's soft, of course she's going to be and end up in the weepy emotional field, not knowing, like I say, she's got the hardness in her, and that to balance her out, you know, so that you can be as hard as a rock and as soft as water or the wind. You see what I mean? But we don't learn this thing. So in this time when we are fighting for the equal rights of homosexuals, you know, it would be good if you could think about the equal rights of women. Because that very principle of not granting the woman equal rights on this planet is the cause of all the disease that you are suffering from within your mind, your psyche. You know what I mean? Such behavior is not healthy for the soul. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's totally mad to me that one should emerge from their mother's womb and have the idea that they are superior to where they're coming from. Yeah. Why would you want? But why? I can't understand the pleasure why you would get out of just thinking that, oh yeah, I am superior to woman. It's not going to get you anywhere. Plus, it would be a goddamn lie anyway. You're not superior. Yeah, men are behaving superior, and they've wrote books and that appear to make them superior, and God has always visit them with prophet, angel, and God has got a son, and all this kind of everything is done as according to the male principle. I even hear the man says, right, to the women that listen, I was created first by the all-powerful God, yeah? He just created me out of earth and whatever. And then when he made me, he forgot, he says to himself, listen, this man is a perfect man, but it look like this man need a partner. So that's when God decided to create woman. And guess what God did now? He never does create the woman like how he create the man, you know. As according to these lunatic men. He take one of the man's ribs that he already created, yeah, and create the woman. So if he could create ribs for the man, why did he just create ribs for the woman? No, but it's another form of trying to convince the woman that this male pig, I call him, is superior to her, because it was one of his ribs that helped put her together. This is what I say. When the mind is infected by the disease, I call it a male chauvinistic pig disease. This is when now you will have all this, the male creating all these elaborate things that you see on earth about popes and deacons and bishops and imams and rabbis and whoever you are or whoever they are, and exclude the women out of it. You know what I mean? But now they are in great confusion, I say, whether to legalize homosexuality. Well, you should do it, because most of you are. Most of you religious groups of beings who have set up religion, excluding the feminine principle from out of it, just dealing with the male. Well, yeah, if you are all amongst yourself dealing with males, you know, no wonder you perform such actions. You know what I mean? And no wonder now, like I say, in this time now that I call it the end time, the fire time, when the main topic of debate in the world now seems to be whether it is legal and proper for men to marry one another and for women to marry one another. You know what I mean? And I say, if two men want to imagine, because they can do what they want, imagine that they want to marry, which is their own choice. It's a sick choice, but it's your own. You are entirely within your rights to behave like that. Fair enough. But we are living in society then, and society have responsibility. I say responsibility for children, because when children are young, they are not responsible for their own thoughts then, you know what I mean? They totally depend on what's been fed to them. Like how a young chick cannot go and look for its own worm. It is depending entirely on its mother to bring the right type of worm that is not going to infect the bird's mind with disease. So you tell me now, how a man and a woman naturally produce a child, and is now going to remove that child from its natural habitat, and go and put the child now with two men or even two women who have chosen a way not to produce or to take part in the normal activities of life, but have chose to be homosexual. And we know who is not homosexual is going to have a child, an impressionable child, and hand it over to their care to look after and to guide up and teach. That is not natural. It is not natural that a child should be with two male or two female who are indulging in those behavior, because they cannot produce a child. And what they are going to teach the child will not be the right teaching either. If you know what I mean. There is no, when they adopt a child, right, it should be when the child reach about 18. And they can make their own mind up and say, oh yeah, we'd like them to adapt us, 2 man to adapt me. But not when the child cannot make his own decision. But because we are living in, like I tell you, sick times and sick society. Those who are in, because most of these who are in the high government position, who run the parliaments around the world, these are highly educated beings who went to public school, where you don't have the feminine principle either. You herd yourself away, studying there from early to be rulers. Your first sexual activity, I say, was with other boys. So now, yes, you can pass laws and set up laws for us to debate, you know what I mean, because you have the homosexual tendency in you as well. You know, you might be married, but you know the game, how these, what I call them, imbalance. I call them the rare set of men. So they are actually undercover homosexual themselves and agree with this behavior by claiming that it's showing love. I don't think these, well, I know for a trillion percent, these people have no idea what love is. So here it is now, because I love my friend, I have no friend that I love, male friend, but because of this love now, I must express it through some sex with them. No doubt I have my cat here, Rasta, I love him very much. Sometimes I must catch him and have some sex with him as well, innit? And if I love a tree, so in their own eyes now, love is sexual expression. So when you say to them, oh, this is not right, you can't produce any love, you say, oh, it is just expressing love. That is no, you're not expressing love, you're expressing lust. Nothing to do with love. You know what I mean? But in these times now, like I'm saying, everything is accepted. But I am not here, like I said, the debate is not about your choice to be a homosexual. You are entirely, you know, because we are here to choose between wrong and right. I clearly, in my own mind, know that that is not a right thing to do. But I will not stop anyone or spend my time campaigning that no one should not make this choice. You make it because it's your own life, your own. You know what I mean? Whatever you get from that, that is up to you. I am just saying, when it comes to that point, that no one should hand people like you, any children, to be in your care. You know what I mean? But that they are making laws for exactly this to happen. And when such things are happening, you know, society must be collapsing. Oh yeah, definitely must be collapsing. You know what I mean? Because these things ain't right and correct. Now, because it's a female reason, when the female hear this now, you ask yourself this now. When these men set up their organization of religion, yeah? Be it Catholic, whatever, Islam, whatever, and it is only them who can be the priest and imam and whatever, and it is only them who this God speak to. Why are you following such beings where you are excluded and kept as a second-class citizen? Why are you doing it? Is it because the reason why you're doing it now is because you are only relying on what they tell you, that you are only a female, you know, so you are trapped in your emotional field. So these men must be playing on your emotion, and you haven't got the strength of your dad to resist them then, you know. You can't get hard, you can only be soft. So therefore, even though you know that what they're saying is a load of bullshit, lie, nothing goes like that, you will still follow them devoutly. This is what I can't, and there's no excuse for women, I say. Because God give us all intelligence, not just some, not just man, you know. Seeing and understanding what is right, it's not a heavy load, you know what I mean? It's not making any building. You just use your mind to do it. You don't have to lift up any heavy load. So just because a man is physically strong, he's got no advantage when it comes to understanding what is right and correct. This is not about anything physical or anything strong. You've got your intelligence, just like how I've got mine. Now if I'm using mine and you are not using yours, why? Is it because women are so easily trapped into jealousy and all these kind of vainness of makeup and beauty and blah blah? Maybe it's that's goddamn blinding you. I don't know. Why there is no fight and fire in a goddamn woman? Well, I wouldn't say every woman, you know. Some women have the fight. I'm just saying the majority. Because it is, when I sit here and I say I watch the God channel, goddamn hypocrites on there, you can guarantee that 75% are women. And then you can guarantee that 95% of the preachers are goddamn men who know absolutely fuck all, like I would say, just talk a lot of bullshit. Bullshit, yeah, but their audience are very big. If I was talking out there, you know, I wouldn't, not a lot of people would come and listen anyway. Because they don't, but these garbage speakers, trust me, they got a big following, and most of the following are female. You see? Dumbing down the female principle. Men who have no respect for the mothers, I say. And yet, we female follow them about devoutly. Even the nonsense, like I say, that the spirit of, I don't think the Roman Catholic Church have 1.2 billion people, they say. I think that amount to about at 1,200 million people, something like that. Imagine that, yeah? And most of them would be women, I reckon. And yet there's never been a woman in the enclave. It's only men. When they're going to elect this Pope here now, that is coming in, there will be no woman involved in the election. So you see how totally imbalanced that is. No woman at all can't get close. And yet most of the people who will be devotedly waiting, ready to cry when they announce who the next devil is, will be women. That's, you know, it will be women. And they're waiting here now anxiously about who the next Holy Father, the man, nothing holy about a goddamn bunch of ignorant men gathering. And then on the earth here now it will be go on as if it will be on every television station as if something important is happening. Nothing important is not happening. All that is happening, they are electing the leader of the to lead the criminal organization that they call Roman Catholic Church. And people get excited whenever time they elect the new leader of any criminal organization on earth. I say, oh, it's all over the television, and because the criminals own it anyway. The criminals own the media. So when they was electing Obama, the head of one of the greatest criminal organization on the planet, of course there was great excitement. Great excitement about you blacks. A lot of black people are very happy now. We have a black man leading one of the most powerful killing machine on the planet, I say. You're proud of that, aren't you? Yes, of course you're very proud of it. I say, oh yes, a black man is president, man. He's president of the killing machine, I say. So no doubt as well, you'll get very excited if you see them produce one of these black men now to be Pope. Well, I say personally, excluding our main topic here, which is the female, you have no chance, woman. No, come out of it. No woman have any chance. Yeah? Now, this is a process that is done by the Holy Spirit. I don't know how long the Holy Spirit has been chosen Pope, but the Holy Spirit is a racist anyway. Only always choose Romans. In the last two popes, one was Polish, and this one here now is a German Pope. But the Holy Spirit always make sure he choose somebody who is of European descent, European looking, I say. So how's about now, if you cannot choose a black pope now this time round, because you can't choose any woman, can you? You better choose somebody from Brazil. They have 150 million over there. Or a Mexican, you know, native one, or native Brazilian. Yeah? or native Philippines, you have lots of them Catholic over in the Asian land here. One from India. You can't pick a European again. Look, obviously two races. It's a criminal organization anyway, always run by, it's like a mafia organization, isn't it? So it had to be run that way. But now, like, because you are pretending to be spiritual, that you're not spiritual, you're just pretending. But surely you have to pretend to the world now that you are open, you know, like multiracial, like. So if those devils can put Obama up, you may put a black man up there then, innit? They say, hey, we are not racist, yeah, put a black pope to represent us. But when these things are happening, like I said before, I can't understand why the master bring Obama out now. Because like I tell you before, none of us knew Obama 10 years ago. None of us were out in the field suffering anyway. Looked like he was in the big house all the time, being groomed by the master especially. And he just turned up on the scene, you know what I mean, as if by magic. And yes, we can, and everybody saying, yes, Obama, Obama. The man don't even speak like a black man. I hear black man talk in America. Obama don't speak like that. You know what I mean? But he come from nowhere, now he's sitting at the head. I'm wondering if now we'll have a pope turning up from nowhere to sit at the head. This time. I wonder why the other pope resigned anyway, you know what I mean? I hear one of my friends, I need to check it out proper, that he asked for immunity from the Italian government. I don't know immunity from what. You should not be asking the Italian government for no immunity. Ask that from Jesus. You should have faith in your Jesus. Never mind asking anyone for any. How can man grant you immunity? Your Jesus, you know the false Jesus that you believe in. Well, that you used to con people, man. Ask him for that. You know? I don't know. This Pope was a very powerful man within the organization of the Roman Catholic. Before he became popes anyway. And he was so high up that these was the men who used to get the complaint from around the world of when priests molest children, which they do it regular in these places. But they never used to do anything about it. Prosecute no one. They just went, if they find out that a priest molest some kids in Portugal, they just send him to Jamaica, move him on. You know what I mean? Just swap him around. But never prosecution. They was never interested in that because the system was built on that anyway. They're all a bunch of perverts. In England we would call them a bunch of wankers. You know what I mean? Who are doing, I say, sick and vile things to themselves and to others behind the scene. But they mask this with their smile and idiotic rituals. You know what I mean? Imagine a man saying, oh, this is the body of this is the blood of Christ, drink it, and this is my body, eat it. That sounds cannibalistic. What you know, let's say, what the fuck has that got to do with the truth about drinking the blood of Christ and eating the body? You know, and that is what mental people would come up with, you know what I mean? To, like I say, make up their idiotic rituals that they go through. Whenever you see them, when they gather in the red hats, like I'm telling you, to elect the new leader of the criminal organization. Yeah, they're putting on ceremony and waving this and lighting candles and reading and reciting in Latin, and all that has gotten your mind in some emotional feel, and you think they're doing something holy. They're doing nothing holy. They are, how the fuck can unholy people do holy things? You know what I mean? They ain't doing nothing holy. They goddamn unholy. They are the sickos. These beings are imbalanced beings. Cannot create anything that is holy. You know what I mean? They are just, like I said, goddamn unholy beings, man. Yeah. I want to, I was just looking at what I write down, man. I want to split this reasoning between the how we brutalize the feminine principle, as well as looking at what they term peace. You know? It's a long time. I'm always hearing about the peace treaty. Oh, we should sign the peace treaty. And we should do this and we should all live in peace and... Yeah. But what I'm saying is no. Peace is of no good to anyone. Peace indicate not a full thing. So, what the peace man is doing now, the aggressor is the man who loved the peace. So, if in my flat here now, he would come now and literally bully me out of it, yeah? And put me outside. And then we come to a peace agreement. Meaning I can stay outside and he's staying here. But what I'm saying is to you beings on the planet, instead of you pursuing peace, yeah, you want to look for justice. You know how long the Palestinians have been looking for peace from the Israelis? And look at the peace that they are looking from now. The peace is so mad, no wonder it can't work. The Israelis are who call themselves Israelis, not from Palestine. Jews from any other part of the world that the European power cleared the way and put them there. Eh? So they are in the Palestinian land really. But the Palestinian now is the one now that there is asking for peace. Also, let us live in peace, and the Israelis say live in peace. But they shouldn't be asking for no peace. They should be asking for justice. And if when you was asking for justice now, and if justice work like it should, justice would show you that these people are illegal in the land of Palestine. And yet, you have some goddamn court on the planet, what they call them, the International Court of Justice, or whatever, who tolerate such injustice and illegality, and has not called for the prosecution and arrest of these criminals. So, how the fuck can these laws be international laws of justice? Justice for fucking who? Who? What kind of justice is that? You see what I mean? So there is no international law and court of justice here. I just seen there today the Ivory Coast president used to be Gbagbo. They've got him in the Hague there now on trial. Yeah? Claiming that he's guilty of whatever. I don't know, going to it. But all I'm saying is, at the end of apartheid in South Africa, I never see one blood clot South African in the Hague. Not one. You see what I mean? But yet you know, we have backbone now. And I don't know the amount of bomber clot atrocities that the South African dish out. And not one of them was brought to the Hague. They went right back to their wired round mansion in South Africa to live out the life until death come for them. You know what I mean? So, and because of what? The peace treaty. So in South Africa it was the same thing. No one wanted justice. I said, no man, the peace treaty, man. Let us come to a peace agreement. So Mr. Mandela was a peace man. A man, no wonder Mr. Mandela and them admire a man like Gandhi, because he was a man of peace as well. And while he was pursuing the peace, Mr. Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, he was a racist at the same time. Leave South Africa because of black man. The great Gandhi, yeah, was a racist. Feel sick that he had to drive in the same carriage as a blood clot black man. Yeah? And yet now he's lauded as one of the greatest peace man on earth. Yeah, he should have been dealing with justice, not peace. You see what I mean? Peace is offered, I say, by the aggressor and accepted by the defeated. But I don't accept peace. As a human being, I don't accept any of your peace, but I will accept justice. And your peacemakers I don't accept none of your peacemakers. They should be. How can you have peace without any justice? You're making peace here. You're going all over the world. When you go to you remember when not you then exactly, but I will tell you the story. When your forefathers entered the land of the red man over there in America, and when you started to conquer and brutalize him now, that is when you come up with the peace treaties and tell them that, oh, if you stop fighting, man, stay out there in the back and we sign an agreement, I won't kill you out, you know. I will tolerate you now. And so they went all around the world signing peace treaties. What they call. It is not peace treaties, it's evil treaty. Peace will never work. Peace is the hope that the evil men put in front of you. Like they put in front of the Palestinians, telling them about the roadmap to peace. That road will never lead you anywhere. You will never reach the end of that road. There will never be any peace. You understand? Because you don't want peace. You must develop the desire for justice and demand justice. And when you ask for justice now, where is the I'm sure they said they have an international court of justice, but I never hear them condemn Israel for being an evil setup among and is now one of the most evilest apartheid system on the planet Earth. Like I tell you before, you wouldn't like to live in Palestine, and you have to cross a border every day to go and work in what they call Israel, your own land, and suffer the humiliation that you have to go through at the checkpoint. Soldiers feeling you up, touching you up. Even if you have a nice sister and she have to go and work, these perverts are there, you know what I mean, feeling up these females in an unnecessary way, humiliating them. And the men can't do nothing about it either. They can't defend. Because they're under the boot of the goddamn devils, innit? And yet these are the same people who are crying about what Hitler did to some of their ancestors in 42. Now they're turned around now and is wreaking revenge. Like I said, building a wall. You must want to build a wall like the wall of goddamn China around yourself. You know what I mean? But I don't care what any human say. This is one of the greatest evil on the planet. Along with its chief backer, the American killing machine. You know what I mean? These are some of the vilest souls on the planet. And yet, don't get me wrong, though, you know, they are some of the most admired, respected. you know, we want people look up to them and say, oh yes, a nice country, man. We are great. It says this and it says that in our constitution. Your constitution in America is a load of bullshit. It was drawn up by devious and devilish beings who know nothing about no equal rights and justice. You know what I mean? All they know about was exploiting. They was the very men who exploit the red man and nearly drive him into extinction. Good thing America was a big place. If he was small like Jamaica, they would have killed them all out like they did down there to the Arawak and all those other small islands around the Caribbean where you cannot find a trace of the natives anymore. You can find Africans who was brutally dragged across the water to work these lands as slaves. But the native, he never, you see, well, the reason why he perished, he wasn't strong enough to be slave, or he refused to be slave, so they just kill them out anyway, through disease or war or whatever, and bring us round here. So don't for I am not a man who is forgetting the history of the peacemaker. I say the peacemaker is a very dangerous man, always offering peace. And if he was staying in his own land now, he wouldn't have to offer peace. So you in your land, innit? Who want peace must be your neighbor. You only want to offer peace in somebody else's land that you've taken away. Like you're trying to give the Palestinian peace now. Peace of what? A little piece of what he had, a little piece of the whole that he had before. You've taken away the whole and he's offering him a piece. Well, this kind of thing go on, like I say, all over the world. When beings become imbalanced, their chief objective is to dominate and rule over anyone who they think is beneath them. And the rulers of the world think, I would say 95% of the world is beneath them. Because it's only a 5% that are ruling. You know, who really own the giant corporation and the giant, you know what I mean? It's not a lot of people. Just a couple of family, I say. Maybe about a million. Maybe they don't even mount up to a million that is running the planet. The rest of you, like I say, are just fathers, dummies, who go along with these idiots. Just because you see them dressed up in suit and tie, and, you know, fine, and they tell you that they go to this school, you end up now following them and believe in what they tell you. You believe anything that the scientists, right, that they train and pay to research, whatever. All your scientists, don't you know, they are trained and they pay to research. They work for a boss. They have to come up with discoveries and saying that suit the boss. They're not working independently. They are backed by the big giants, so they are in their pockets. They work for them. You know, understand? All your television news, all of your television channel are owned. Not by poor people. You don't own nothing. You don't understand? Everything is owned by rich and powerful people. And rich and powerful people are the ones that filter your news. Make sure what you see and there is what they want you to see. When you go to the movies, you are watching what they want you to watch, to keep your goddamn mind in ignorance. You don't see? All these movies say, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis and they are hard men. Hard men now, they're just making a load of bullshit. No sense whatsoever. That's why they get paid so well. Because their movies can keep a lot of people's mind in ignorance. A lot of fools watch those things and they say, oh yes, it's a great movie. It's bullshit. Nothing great about it. It's only, out of every 100 movies, you'd be lucky if you find one that is making any sense. You know, the rest is just garbage, you know what I mean? I don't know why any human being and they say, oh, he's a great actor. Great actor. Life is not about pretending, it's about being honest and living truthful. Not about spending your fucking life acting and acting in bullshit, you know what I mean? If a man tell you if you was an actor and a man tell you to kiss another man, you say, oh yes, it's part of the job, man. And you end up kissing the man. That's a sicko job, that. That means whatever, as long as they are paying your wage, you'll do anything. And that's exactly who they are looking for to be in the movie. Someone who will do anything. Someone who hasn't got any scruples. You understand? No morality about them. No self-discipline. So these kind of beings, they will do anything for a few dollars. You know what I mean? Like I tell you, there is no honest and truthful man who owns any television station or any movie studio or anything, or you know what I mean? Everything is owned by wicked and evilous beings, I say. It's only because of the computer now where in this time independent or the people themselves through the phone can get a voice of their own. Everything was controlled rigorously before. Every reporter have to work for somebody, and whoever he's working for, he couldn't speak the truth. When he go out there and he come back with his report, he's got to give it to the editor who decide what go in the paper. What, you know what I mean? Everything get cut. A reporter don't go in the field and report honestly what they see, and he come out live. He's got to send it to his boss for approval, to the editor and whatever they want to call them. Just so, I call them the scrutinizer of what type of food they put into people's mind. Make sure it's the right one that is going to keep them ignorant. So before they give you any news, they filter it. Make sure, oh yeah, it's suitable for these goddamn dummies. But they ain't going to give you the real news. You understand? That's why they, like I say, they always offer you the piece and not the whole. And when they talk about the goddamn international law that they have, who write it? I don't think you consult the rest of the goddamn world when you write something and claim that it's international. How can it be goddamn international law when it was conceived in your mind? You and your friends. When you say you go to Oxford, Cambridge or Yale in America, where the fuck you go? I don't know. But it's those idiotic beings who are now, they think they're educated, so they are writing laws and claiming international law. There is already an international law. You don't know nothing about international law. What you know, anything you write and claim that it's international law, international fraud, written by sickos. Understand? Because sicko run. I say now, the lunatics have taken over the asylum, which is the earth. The earth is governed by sick beings. Very, very, very sick. Yeah. It's a good thing for these sick beings. Like I say, I don't have the power. I show you them now, reveal them, expose them for what they are. Because all it is that because they have money, they dress in clothes and suit and tie, so they appear to be good. But it fuck all good about these beings. These are sickos. These are the beings that are causing the suffering on the planet. These are the beings that cause the imbalance on the planet between the male and female principle and has knocked life out of tune. The only way for us to get back in tune, like I say, is literally like when a fire come and burn a forest down. It's a bad thing, burn it blood. But after a while it spring back lovely again. So this forest here on earth, the life that we live in is like that. It need a fire. Get rid of some of these stiff trees. You know what I mean? So that young trees can grow, spring from the side of when this burn down. The earth will become more rich then, more fertile with the ashes of those burnt out trees. From those ashes will spring the new life again, more fervently. So when we get rid of these goddamn evil, like I say, people don't know when they get rid of themselves, we will have a more we'll have a heaven and earth. Put it that way. Hear them talk about heaven and earth. Yeah, because right now these are the idiots, like I say, they've made the earth just like the table in front of me, contaminate up the earth. So the water is dirty, the trees are sick, the rivers, you know what I mean? So we'll be able to clean all that up and make the earth as lovely as it should be, create heaven and earth. But ain't no way these can do it, because these are exploiters of the goddamn earth. They've imbalanced themselves anyway. They don't. They never incorporate the female principle within their own life, so they don't have the understanding of unity, night and day, left and right. You know, in and out, yes and no. You know, they don't. They just want to operate on a one-dimensional male. You cannot operate like that. The universe is opposites. And you must learn this opposite. Anyway, if you don't want to learn this opposite, what I and I now is going to do now, I'm going to cut this one short. Wheel out from the firehouse and let's go and kick back, see? Rastafari, live it and reign it. Fire out.